The word clef is the French word for key. It is a musical symbol used to indicate which notes are represented by the lines and spaces on a musical staff. Placing a clef on a staff assigns a particular pitch to one of the 5 lines, which defines the pitches on the remaining lines and spaces. There are 2 clef symbols used very frequently in modern music notation. One is the treble clef, also known as the G clef. It links to the G above middle C. It is great for instruments that play up high. The other clef used equally frequently today is the bass clef, also known as the F clef. It links to the F below middle C. It is great for instruments that play very low. If you play the piano, these are the only 2 clefs you will ever need. Many other instruments only use these 2 clefs. For instance, tuba uses only bass clef, and flute uses only treble clef. There are many more instruments like these too. In addition to these 2 clefs that all pianists need to learn, there are also other clefs called C clefs. They always link middle C to any line in the staff. A long time ago there were 5 of them. If we compare them to the treble clef, they look like this. In the present example, I am showing that all these scales are the same B-flat major scale. But in modern music, the C clef only appears in 2 forms. The tenor clef places middle C on the 4th line. It is used for bass clef instruments such as bassoon, euphonium, double bass, and tenor trombone, as they are all played in the mid-range. But treble clef is also used for the upper extremes of bass clef instruments such as cello. The alto clef places middle C on the 3rd line. It is primarily used today for the viola. However, you will see it used less frequently for certain other instruments. These 2 additional clefs are really useful for instruments that play mostly from an octave below middle C to an octave above middle C. They are not very different, so the choice of one or the other is mostly a matter of tradition. If you have to write music by hand, these 2 C clefs can save you a lot of time. Writing a lot of ledger lines is time-consuming, and it is also hard to get them to line up properly. So if you are writing out a solo part by hand, it may take 2 or 3 times as long to write music with the more modern clefs. But it makes very little difference for those of us who are just reading music. And when writing music with a music program, it does not save any time at all. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave comments about anything you like, anything that you would like to see in the future, and remember that I consider all suggestions.